Hey Fernando, how are you, my buddy? Yeah, I decided to do another quick one, just an hour. Hopefully, we get enough people to come in. It was pretty good before. It was pretty good before the other live stream. So I decided to see what else happens at this time. Um, um, it wasn't much of a heads up. 10 minutes. So it looks like people are starting to come in. All right, people. It seems as though Apple drops the yeah. But you want to know something, Fernando? The thing about Apple was the signal. That warning was in the price pattern, the way it was acting. It's what I was talking about, the 160. I knew it. There was something. I'm telling you, the technical analysis can tell you stuff of the news. You notice how I was talking about the 160. All right, people. Make sure you ask questions. I'm only going to be up here for an hour. So ask questions, type away. We're going to only talk about the stocks, Netflix, Tesla, Apple, whatever I put in the thing, because the new FCX, JD, did I put that in there in the damn description? Yes, I did. That's what I want to talk about, people. I want to talk about the stocks, SPY, talk about what happened with the market, how people guessing the market. So type messages, people. Type messages. Type messages. If you're new, subscribe to the YouTube channel. How does a company like FCX pop up on your radar? Well, it did before. It did weeks ago. Russ, what about Tesla? Hey, yeah, your name. You gotta tell me your name another way. Condi. I can't pronounce that. What you wrote there. Why did you make a plan for? Well, the reason why I talked about the SPY was just to explain that people were talking about the volume was low. How do you scan for the power moves? Well, again, how I do that. That's experience and developing the plans. I've been at this for over 20 years, so it's just a lot of experience. What I can see, boom, like a laser, boom, right away, something fast. So the reason why I made the SPY plan was to explain that the market is bullish. There are people saying, oh, for example, the high flyer would talk. Oh, the volume is low. So what I wanted to do was explain, make a real, like he make updates, and I wanted to make a real update. You know what I mean? Explain the mark. I talked about the IWM and explained about Netflix and, the facts. And I wanted people to see the difference of a real analysis of the market versus, and to see what people, that's why I made that SPY thing. Well, already we have updates. We have Lulu, we have JD, right? Those are plan FCX, right? Stuff that's confirmed. Why did you not make a plan for options is what. Oh, for the oh, why I didn't make one? Well, because I'm focusing on all the other individual stocks, Fernando, right? I mean, I could have made a plan for the options. I just decided to let the market. For me, my point is the market isn't doing anything negative, and that the right individual stocks will do well. Which options call do you play for FedEx? Well, November 17, 225 or the 230 calls. Sorry, for that's right. For FCX, yeah, we for on confirmation and bet well, it's the 15 calls on confirmation. You can check out my plan. Short term, well, the short term outlook is sideways to higher. That's my outlook. Sideways to higher, especially what the SPY did today. Yeah, I like FCX. Look out for FCX. I like JD, and I like Lulu. You know, they're quiet, but you know what? They can awaken and make money. Yeah, no, CMG is a junk stock. It's a downtrending stock. Too many false signals. I'm not focusing on CMG. We already going to talk about the stocks on the list. Would it be smart to look at patterns in volume from the past, and if so, what kind of patterns? Well, Sure, it's, I mean, whatever you can study about patterns is good, but what I do is I basically look for these things, and I make plans, and then I post the plans to show, because something, there's a lot of stuff happening in the market, Zoom. Filtering it down to what I'm doing, it's a different strategy. You can't learn that in books. It's experience and time, and it's hard. I can't explain. People, there's hundreds of trading books out there. The more books you read, the more confused you get. So what this my strategy and plans were developed over experience, time, trial and error, a lot of work, reading books. But I read a lot of books. I only know one good book. Yeah, well, all you need is one good book, really. But then it's your experience, and I don't think any one book can teach you everything. It's, you got to find what. See, like for example, I make my plans. If it jives with you, then my way I trade is one way, and then there's a connection. If there's a connection to what my plans do, that's what this is all about. There's so many ways to trade. Some people like to scalp, some people do day trade, some people like to pay the plenty stocks. I like to show that you can make better money than those people who play the penny with options in the big 50 to 100 to whatever $900 stocks, whatever the price is. Yeah, AMD. I don't like AMD right now. I don't like AMD. Let's talk about let's talk about plans that we're talking about, people. Anybody have questions of FCX? Yeah, options are good. Okay, options are good and bad. Still holding Twitter. Twitter is still a hold if you like it. Yeah, tomorrow will tell if Tesla is going to move or not. Yeah, tomorrow. Well, it is in the buy zone. The question is, do they want to, chop it and relax it? And there's no, there was a lot of mixed signals today. It was looking, especially when it kept staying in that 360 area, 361. It looked at 360. I think it's going to move tomorrow. We'll watch what it does. There's plenty of time. Anything's possible. It's been consolidating for weeks now, so we're gonna see. Let's put up the Tesla here. I don't know why it's doing this for. Come on. There you are. Well, a 350 pin wouldn't be, the worst situation would be a 360 pin, but we'll see what it does. I don't think so, but we'll see. Yeah, because Tesla, based on the pattern, based on the setup, is kind of set up to test that level. That's the reasoning, and it can do that in a day. Look at the way Tesla moves. Look at this move here, right? Give you an example. 343, it's down, right? And then the next day, that's a 20-point move. 20-point move in one day. So don't think Tesla can't revert. See, I know this stock, and so we're at that zone where they can move it. I mean, what I'm asking it to move is not that much. There's a lot of flags, bull flags, wedges, cup and handle. There's a lot of patterns out there. Oh, you were long what? Tesla for 342? Russ Aragon, give me a pattern. Well, I had a plan. Let's the lows here. I had a plan in this area over here, and then we had to move. I don't know if that's when you were in this, right? And then since then it's really done nothing. A chop. We had to move back over here, right? And then it never moved anymore and consolidated, and then we're breaking up today. Yeah, yeah. So that's what happened with Tesla. Yeah, I like this. Tesla is a good stock. When it confirms my plans, I like it. Most plans work. Not everything works, but most of the time it works. Yeah, I know AMD's is No, AMD needs a. Here's the thing about AMD. AMD needs a lot of power. Through and how it stays above 15 will be key. There's a serious resistance around 15, 1550. It's failed so many times over there, and it's also moved a lot. The stock, that stock, it's moved a lot. So I've made plans for it, and it never really could move much, AMD. So it's one of those things where, and I kind of like the more expensive stocks. They're more, they work a lot better than these cheapies most of the time. Some cheapies work, but like AMD is a cheapie stock, and people think, oh, because it's cheap, it doesn't make a difference. It's just the way they trade, and it's just not it's not an easy stock to trade, AMD. A lot of mixed signals. But I think it becomes very clear above 15 and onwards. It's a matter of, can it do that? Every time we get to 15, they fail it. That's the thing about AMD. Let's talk about the other stocks, people. Let's talk about AMD. I mean FCX. Anybody have Apple? Why I said about Apple. Anybody else have any questions about Apple? AAPL or the SPY? Type the questions, people. Type the questions, because about 40 minutes, I'm calling it quits with the live stream for today. I already did one before. It was an odd hours, and a lot of people came up and showed up. A lot of interesting questions that kept me really busy for 2 hours. I couldn't believe it. I could talk on and on and on. Type the questions, people. Type the questions. Subscribe to the channel. You haven't subscribed. Make sure you check out the created playlist. Type the questions so I can answer them. Any questions you might have, especially if you're new. But let's talk about, people, things like Netflix, past, FCX. Let's talk about the SPY. Lulu. Apple, Google, if you want. Talk about stuff like that, people. About things that are happening in the structure of my plans on my YouTube channel. Type, people. The only way to communicate with me, if you guys haven't done live chats or live stream, well, it was through the live chat, because you can hear me, but I can't hear you. The only way you can communicate is by asking questions. And you know what, people, everybody can and by the way, you have to be subscribed, I think, to be able to participate in the live chat. I think that's how it works, but you should be subscribed, people. Like I said, the channel will keep you it's got great reminders. It's got the access to the created playlist. Powerful videos there, people. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Oh shit, I didn't look at this. Will you do a stream during the day? No. What's your plans while no, not during the day. Hi Sandra, what are your thoughts on BABA? I'm not going to cover BABA right now, people. How will Apple react to near earnings? I don't know. I don't know what the plan for Apple, people, is simply that we are looking for targets towards 164 to 165 before earnings. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Now at earnings, what it does, I don't know. I wish I knew that answer. Do they want to gap it up? I'll know more information, more towards towards earnings, which is still at the end of the month now, right? Right now, all I'm focusing on is that Apple makes an earnings run towards the 164 area. Now, we were in this plan, by the way, people. As you know, we confirmed on Monday, and it had a good run, but we stalled at the 161 area like this. And this action was, I did not like the action today, and that's why I posted the 160 warning. About the 160, and lo and behold, they noticed that there was no guessing. There's a statistical fact of a number posted, right? A lot of people guess it's going to do this, it's going to do that, but they have no facts. You notice I always post a reason, a fact, a number, a must confirm, right? I don't guess. Guessing is for, well, I know a lot of people guess, they're always wrong. The people who guesses are going to always be wrong more often than right. But a plan is the only thing we have in life, a good plan. It's like, how do you build think about it this way, people. How do you build a house? Well, they draw up a plan. There's there's engineers involved. They draw up a plan. You gotta get where to put the duct work, the electrical work, the room sizes, right? You need a plan. Now, if you try to guess a house, right? What are you gonna build? You're gonna build something crappy. How do I come up with a plan? Well, it's basically I do a scan. I like something, I look at it, and boom, I see it with my eyes that looks good. I then do some more. I do quick analysis, and then I make a plan based on what I want to see, what the market's telling me, and that's how I make a plan. Yeah, my plan is great, but my plans are to learn that is not easy. Let's see here. I stick with certain stocks the last 6 months and do multiple plans. I like that because its time isn't wasted. People that have 20. Okay, yeah. A lot of stuff comes up that I like or are going to be. But then sometimes, the nice thing about what I do is that, there are some great stocks that come up that can do better than the people that are following just 10 stocks, right? And then, and so it's the best of both worlds. We're following things that are there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. I have a criteria. I filter it down to a criteria. Me too. I like how you stick with companies Yeah, well, go to my YouTube channel also. Who's this Russ Argan channel? This is PowerTarget Trades, Russ. This is not to other channels. This is a live stream, right? Yeah, yeah, okay, whatever. you tell. All right. Anyways, I guess I'll look at your channel. I don't know. Already what I do with my scans is enough. There's enough for me. Is it pretty safe or surefire bet if you're buying monthly calls based on the general trend of markets? You know what? Let me. That's a good question. Let me answer that question. You know what? Take a look at Caterpillar. Okay, I made a plan on Caterpillar. That's a good question. What's that? Tim. No, who asked me that question? Wait a second. No, Zurum. Yeah, let me show you Zurum. That's a good question. People, look what he asked. Okay, listen. I made a plan on Caterpillar. I like this pattern, okay? Now you go on my stream and I posted it. I'm pretty sure I posted it the 14th of September, okay? Go down the stream, look for Caterpillar plan, and I posted the confirmation. You look on my stream, and we bought the 120 monthly October 20 calls. Do you know they're up 300% still to this day, right? Practically, okay? You go do the statistical measurement. Go quickly and look for yourself. Your eyes are gonna open up. But that's because this has the proper direction. Yeah, I made a plan for Caterpillar. Now, but the plan called for the 125, 128 area. It required really another thing. But in 1 month, those monthly options went up 300%. Do you have a stock background? Did you? Oh, sure I do. I've been. Listen, I started doing stocks. I had to update. Well, it was for commodities. I had to do it by hand, the charts. There was the computer. When I started, I was doing it by hand. There wasn't really computers to do it with. To wanting to make money and help. Something woke you up. Well, I started. You know what? How it worked is I started posting. It all started posting about some stocks, and I noticed when I posted my plans, I just didn't make videos. I started making, and it seemed like a lot of people liked what I was doing. And that's how it started, because of because of these Twitters. I mean, stock twits, and then these social platforms. I started realizing people liked what I was saying. You know what I mean? Caterpillar. So that's to answer your question, Zuram. I think that was a good question to answer, because people, that's exactly how it was. What do you look for when you exit a trade? Yeah, that's why I shoot for percent gains. Like if it's working well and I'm making 100%, it's a lot of factors, but I'm looking at how well are we getting to targets. Because you never know. Are you going to get like, for example, I mean, as much as I made the plan, and for Netflix, my first targets are 100%, but sometimes what the stocks do is they show the power and they act correctly. So let's put up Netflix, for example, and here was this plan here, and then we confirmed on this day, and excuse me, and these 2 days, 300% between three. Now, not that I would have held all. What I usually do is I tell people the same thing. I take 100 when I make 100% gains, especially if things are going well. I take half off and then hold runners. So, okay. But in reality, if you didn't do that and all you did was hold the Netflix, that would be 300% gains in 2 days, people. That's right. All documented on my stream, in my videos, on my YouTube channel, all documented. Never before documented in the way I did it. Nobody in history has done that. Nobody. And I can't do it either. Can't do it. But I'm doing it like this now, and it's there. And those videos will be there for someone to really look at. Yes, this guy did this all made a plan before the fact, posted the confirmation, and it's all and you can see it. It's all timestamped. When do you know to completely close up? You know what? But those are variables. Those are variables. Okay, when to close a position, that are too many variables. It really depends on the action. Like Netflix moves. Listen, Netflix moves 300%, and you're in options that are weekly options. It's easy to close position. You got to learn how to take profits, basically, and then hold runners as long as possible. Just too many variables. That requires me to be a full service to be able to answer every single question. Harvinder Singh, message retracted. Why did the message get retracted? JD can be ready also. Yeah, JD can be ready. That's right. JD could make big gains. Yeah, that's right, Phil. Big gains. My problem selling things too early. Yeah, because again, it's a plan, right? P. Shelley, the more you study my channel, my plans, you'll learn. If trading, listen, P. Shelley, if trading was easy, everyone would make money. It's not easy. You need, in fact, having someone like me on your side, your chances will succeed, and you still need to study. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you have me on my side if you don't study. If you don't study, you're going to lose anyways, because you know why? You're not mentally prepared to take action. That's why my videos tell you. I tell you, look at listen to study my videos, study my videos, look at my created playlist, because this has never been done before in the history, and never has anybody made anything like this. It doesn't matter what court cannot be done. Can never be done. Probably an easy answer. By why monthly call? It depends, Zuram. It depends. Sometimes we don't need the time. Sometimes we need the time. It depends on the setup, Zuram, right? So I determine that. Yeah, no, not really, Hessing. Tesla, you don't need, Tesla, can move $20 up and $20 down in one day, and so it doesn't matter the options you hold. You'll get cremated anyways. But if we get the right direction, you'll make the money. And then plus the weekly options. For me, I usually trade weekly options for Tesla, and it works as long as you have a good setup. It doesn't always work, but it works more often than not. But the key is the correct setup, and I've demonstrated that many times with Tesla. I've watched Tesla's those calls that I went in. I watched them go from 70 cents to 70 cents to $7 a contract to 260 in an hour, and it's because the direction is correct. So don't 2 days for something like Tesla. Ooh, Listen to me. Look, I'm going to prove something to you. I'm going to prove something to you because Hassan, you're not thinking. You're not understanding things too much sometimes. Look at, let's look at this. Look at this Tesla, okay? Just look at this example. Tesla closed at 343, right? On September, and then the next day, kaboom. Do you understand this stock can flip on the dime? Just saying, that's an example. Apple safe and the safest trade out there for someone to build an account? Yeah, Apple's been pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Tesla is safe as long as the trade is good, but there's losses that can happen, right? I do feel you turn 1,000 into 10,000 in 6 months. You know what? That depends on you. It really depends on how hard a person is trying and how many plans they take and how they manage the trades. It's not that some people can make a lot. Some people won't make as much because they don't study the markets enough. Even when you have the best information right in front of their faces, they still are too lazy to really look at things correctly. So this is the reality of it. I studied really hard. I mean, I looked at charts in hundreds of hours for all I know. Just crazy amounts of time I spent studying this stuff. Yeah, FCX, the downgrade is just games, Phil. If it confirms, it's going to go up, FCX, because the pattern is strong. That downgrade sometimes are games by these analysts to scare people out, and then they snap up cheaper shares. I don't know why that they do this, or it's but my system, again, we needed confirmation. It didn't confirm, and so it didn't matter that they did the pullback. All they did, Phil, is make it easier for us to get in, because when they confirm, when I tell you one thing, when FCX confirms the plan, high probability it makes money. That is what I see. Wow, man, the time flies when you make these things. Ready 10:05. People, 35 minutes to go. Because I gotta. If I don't, they do that to burn premium. Yeah, but something. If the direction is correct, you'll still make money in the FCX. But I mean, we haven't even entered FCX, and when they do bring the premium, and we haven't been, and we're not in it, that's an advantage to us because now we have a cheaper entry price with the options, right? So for example, last week Tesla, those 365 October 20 calls, on, was it Friday? No, is it this day here? They attempted, right? But the options, or was it this day? No, this day they attempted it, but they never could confirm. But those same options were over $400 at one point. So, and then they brought it down to like something like some cheap number, and then in no time, like I'm telling you, Tesla in one day can put you in back to profits or break even or anything. Yeah, like I said, Tesla, you got to really plan for it, and it is a good thing most of the time, right? And when I go into Tesla, what I tell people is go in with less options. Don't buy as many options in it because it does fluctuate, right? The stock is it can make a lot of money, but you've got to be able to handle a little bit of volatility with it. Sometimes my plans are just so so powerful, and it's the way they confirm. I tell you, when Tesla confirms the proper way, boom. I like Hassing's question. But is it possible for you to state which plans are safer? Well, think about it. It's common sense, thing. I mean, look, Tesla is a much more riskier play. However, if it confirms really, really well, you go with a small amount. It's safe. But if you go too big, okay, and you can't afford to lose. Now, what's safer would be things like, for example, JD, Lulu. Those are safer because they're slower moving stocks. So you got to look at the speed of how a stock moves, right? But they don't make as much money as quickly as a Tesla. Like Tesla, honestly, I had a plan for Tesla 300% in one day. Now Netflix is just like that. Netflix, again, when they confirm perfectly, you know what it is when they confirm with my volume and they do it in the first 10 minutes. Those are when you want to go gaga over those ones, right? So the question, to answer your question, there's too many variables. It's not that simple. That's where experience comes to play and study. That'll give you the answer. If that'll give you the answer. Study and experience will give you the answer. You'll see. I guarantee you that. In fact, there's so many great videos on my channel. If you study the facts, you'll see. I'm not talking IBM, but I like to add above. Uh, yeah, I mean IBM. I think needs time. It moved a lot, right? But I mean IBM looks kind of is setting. It's definitely setting up for higher. They had a great run today. Looking back at the Netflix calls from 2 weeks ago, you can show the confirmation you saw because that was a rapid call. Yeah, I showed the confirmation for that. The confirmation is when the big boys are buying large blocks of stock. Us little guys can't move nothing. That's right. And that's where the volume comes in. And like I told people, the first the first hour of trading of my plans that I identify, like there's no fluke about it. Like, listen, I identified Netflix. Let's get real here, people. I mean, you gotta know what to identify. I identified it. However, just because I identify it, what do I always say to people? Confirmation is key, right? It confirmed, right? Netflix confirmed my plan, and kaboom! Look at the volume, and you know what? It confirmed in the first, right around 10 o'clock, just a little before 10 o'clock. It confirmed. Not I paid higher. Some people jumped in early. It still worked out for them, but I paid a little higher and paid for the confirmation. Yet those same options made 300% in 2 days. That's right, people. Yep. That's how it goes. Anybody else have any good questions? A lot of good questions. This is. I think this is. These streams are good. Don't forget, anybody new, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Sandro, you drive your family nuts talking about stocks and charts all the time. I know my wife doesn't. No, but see, I don't talk to my family about my wife doesn't really she'll listen to a thing, but I really, that's why who do I talk to about stocks? I talk to stocks through the YouTube channel, through my plans, people. No, there's no, listen, my scan, I develop the scans and then I look through hundreds of stocks, and very quickly I can go through 100 stocks and identify something very quickly. Maybe yeah, it's all manually work. Oh yeah, it's a lot of manual work, but of course the scans help I narrow it down with specific scans, but it's a lot of manual work, yeah. But still, I got it down to where I can look with a couple of hundred charts that are meeting my criteria, and then I whittle it down to, in my experience, which is the best probability, what's a solid trades to make money, and then I make a plan and we wait for confirmation. That's just the cycle I do over and over and over again. And when you do this, like I've been doing for years and years and years and years, that's all I do. You get good at it. You know what I mean? But this is a lot of work. A lot of work. This is a lot of skill, people. You don't just have the skill like this. This is experience. Constant study. I mean, listen, people, I look at the stock chart 7 days a week, hours and hours a day, and I've done it for years and years and years. You do the math, and you think a person doesn't get good at that? People, they go into the market, they say they lose market, they have no experience, they know nothing about the market. The market, in my opinion, is the highest profession in the world. Listen to what I tell you again, people. Highest profession in the world. Higher than doctor, lawyer, I don't care what it is, because this thing here pays you as much as you want. And we live in an automated world. You know what? I've probably studied more than 10,000 hours over on this thing. I wouldn't be surprised over the years. Yeah, really, people. Listen, all this confirmation I came up with wasn't by fluke. It's through massive experience. I've lost money. I've gone through massive pain. It didn't just come. I didn't become like this by a fluke measure. That's why I keep telling people, study videos. Nobody knows, nothing like me. Nobody posting anything like this for free, helping people. Nothing exists like this. And even to this day, even things that cost money don't even compare. People don't realize it. I should have 100,000 followers, but people are blind to the power. That's why I coined the phrase that 10% of the people are smart out there. 10% of the people are smart. Because even if they see gold, they don't even know what they're seeing. They're blind. I'm not joking, people. People are blind. Now, I don't care. I already know that it's a small amount of people out there. But for me, if I have let's say 500 serious followers, that's good enough for me. And for me in the future, right? That's what it is. To be honest, it's a small group of people out there, people. And there's gonna and you know all I'm looking for are those key smart people that say, wow, this guy's gonna really can help me out here, and then they improve themselves, right? Swing trade bot is great for scanning stocks, helps me filter. Swing trade bot is just that. It's just a bot. You know, it's not doing what I'm doing. I've seen that thing say things, and it's wrong, completely wrong. And I look at it and I see a different thing, right? So I don't know. I mean, filter only. I mean, yeah. Well, again, I use my scanning program and my eyes and experience to figure things out. That's what it is. And as someone studies can learn, especially from me, they would learn much faster on a one-on-one basis. I've looked for people that wanted to come in to learn this. I have had some people. Well, I am doing that with PowerTarget Trade Shia. I do one-on-one with him, but he made an investment to do that with me, and it was a no-brainer. And the value of this is you can't even put a price on what I know and understand, because it can make a person as much money as they want. That's the reality of it. I know this. All scanners in the world won't help if you don't know what to do with it. That's right, Jason. That's right, Jason. That's right. In fact, too much information is the problem. You notice that you hear me talk about filtering it down to the highest probability. Well, there's my point. Because there's some people talk, what about this stock? What about that one? What about that one? I don't care. I only care about what will move and what make us money. And can I make a plan of it? I can. Does it make sense to me? So on and so forth, right? And then kaboom, a plan is born. Look what I did with Netflix, right, people? Right? Anybody following my stream, really studied, knows that I made a plan that had two targets for Netflix, 194 to 198. And you want to know something? Look at this, people. Look for yourself. 194 first day, 198. Man, is that close to as crystal ball as possible. It confirmed, though. I had to confirm. But that is skill, people. Yeah, you can try all that. There's so many of these, but all that stuff there, people think sometimes what happens is it gets you into more trouble than anything else. And you still need a strategy. Whatever you do in life, you need a strategy. You need a strategy, basically. Because you know what, you don't need, it's not the quality. Here's another thing, it's not the quantity. People think, oh, I need hundreds of, no, it's the quality, not the quantity. That's what I think is the best way. What's a good option flow scanner? Boop. No, you trust me, what I'm doing, it's different, because it's a strategy, and then identification of certain, higher, like you notice I do this within a small list, and even what the small list of stuff I do pick, they do well when they confirm, right? And there's people who post hundreds of plans, people. This is what I'm trying to say to you, people. There are services, they post hundreds of plans, but what good is that? Can you get into 100 plans? I don't think most people can get into 100 different stocks, right? So my system is, if we can get into the best probability ones that can make us 100% gains minimum, which is pretty good money. 100% gains is a lot, right? And do that within a small selection of ideas, we increase our odds to make money instead of focusing on hundreds of stocks and trying to get into ones that are lackluster. We're getting to the ones that are higher probability. Listen, a lot of stuff is better than 50% gains. And all you need, and by the way, you don't need to trade too many, but you catch a couple of solid plans a month, and you're making a lot of money. It's the quality, people, the quality, not the quantity. That is the reality. How do I know this? From experience. I used to, you have no idea how many things are out there. There's so much stuff out there. In the end, I know there's a guy out there, he posts 100 million plans. This stock's going to go do this stock is going to go do that. He's not getting into any of those things. I, however, want to get into my plans. There's a big difference, people, and that's the big thing. And I cannot get into hundreds of plans. Cannot. The most I'm getting into is 3 or 4 or 5 plans, at most at a time. And then what happens is by the time I finish one plan, I have room for another one, because most of my great plans, I'm making great gains within 2 to 3 days. Then I take the money from that and put it into another plan, and another plan, and another plan. That's right. It's the yeah. If you wanna, you know, if you wanna learn how to short stocks and learn how to lose a lot of money, you follow hashtag high flyer guy. He's the #1 in that. You lose a lot of money with him. You got to have a 20-point stop with his system. He's even wrong even after 50 points, still short stocks. That's great advice, eh, people? Oh yeah, that's people like that out there. Yeah. They think they're good. I use Market Shyamalan to look at option volumes. Yeah, you know, like I said, for me, I look at a plan, and then the options, I look to see how the options plan trade, and if they trade really well, it kind of goes with the plan. It's as simple as that. I find it that way. You know, a good stock setup will reveal good options. To be honest with you, that's how it works. You know, I don't look through no option scanner or nothing. I simply look for plans, and then I look at the options, and I see, wow, there's something good happening here. High flyer granted 100% loses. That's right. Oh man, how many? And you know, but he's never wrong, eh? Hey, Robert, that guy's never wrong. No, he's never wrong. No, 6, 7 months, 8 later, never wrong. It was funny. You did a call option in BA, and he was shorting it 3 times. Yeah, no lie. You know I know this, as we have both seen. Oh, you've seen what? You've seen that who you talking about, the high flyer guy, P. Shelley? You know who I'm talking about? Type his name in if you know who I'm talking about. P. Shelley. Type in the name of the person you're talking about. Yeah, that's right. Stockbookie, that's right. Yeah, Stockbookie, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, number one wrong person in the world that I've ever witnessed in my life, and the guy can't admit it. The holy macros, I've never seen a more crazy person in my life, man. This guy is a true nutbag, in my opinion. True nutbag. Can't admit it. He was shorting the IWM, and the IWM goes all kinds, goes up huge. You know, I swear to you, people, I put up the IWM here. You name it. He posted, oh, IWM, let's short it, low volume, and then it breaks up. This day here, he's shorting. I think he shorted around over here. It breaks up, and it's still to this day it's higher. Oh yeah, he's a smart guy, Stockbookie. You want to know something too? He shorted he posted he shorted IBM at 154, and look where we opened. He did it before pre-market, and look where we opened, 157, and it's the guy. Oh, I'm out, scalp trade for 50 cents, and the stock goes $4 against him. Option trader is buying the 160 calls. That could have made 100% on that if you wanted to take it, because we broke above. One of the reasons why that happened is it broke above 157 over here, and that's a signal right there. But see, he don't know how to read charts. So anyways, people, forget about IBM thing, but that guy's a joke, you know. That's why I told him, why don't you make plans? Let's do it professional. Let's act professional on the stream, not instead of calling names, you know, because I burnt you left, right, and center. No. He makes excuses, you know. He makes excuses because, you know, by now, yeah, he also shorted Nvidia. Oh, I lost Nvidia, and then when he would say buy puts. But then yeah, I mean, that guy got exactly, P. Shelley. He's wrong, Nvidia. And you know, a lot of people messaged me about him. There's one of my followers actually told me he lost a lot of money following him. This is a true story. He told me he said I lost $5,000 following the Stockbookie. So he followed me, made money. You know, he's made some bad calls and he made some bad judgments on his own. but he's made money following me versus following the stock bookie. Uh, yeah, Picha, he is a jerk. He blocked me for asking pro questions. I lost almost 8,000. Yeah, you did. See what I'm saying, people? And it's a lot of people because he, but the more, see, the thing is, if someone really, people, he seems, he does videos and he's getting very poor views for the amount of followers he so-called has, because once people realize how bad he is, they don't bother listening, they don't bother, paying attention to him. I'm making some back with you, but it's slow grind. Yeah, but you know what, you gotta listen, you gotta wait for the confirmation, right? You gotta be, don't guess. Even and none of my plans, you know what, until my plans confirm, they don't mean anything. They only mean something when they confirm. That's when your eyes light up. Amazon, yeah, but Amazon and Google are kind of like, Google's been outperforming Amazon. And they definitely can go up higher. It's just that I think Google is a good one to watch. But there's something right now in the power towards $998 to $1,000. There's where it's going to need. It may need some time. For all we know, they might try to break it out this week. It just lacks power. They've been rejecting 996 many times for Google. And the volume has been sucky for that, so it's been a little bit tricky for Google. That's like listening to CNBC Amateur Hour. Are you talking about what did you mean by that, Phil? That's like listening to CNBC Amateur Hour about the stock bookie guy. Do you straddle options ahead of earnings? No. I usually just break. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, that guy's worse than CNBC, in my opinion. Worse. And a lot of people, there's probably tons of people will complain about him. They need to have been blocked by him because they burn him, and yeah. I mean, he makes a lot of people upset. He just guesses like crazy, and people think, oh, he's magical. When they start following him enough, when they start realizing how bad he is, they don't bother listening to him anymore. They don't, that's the truth. Crazy man. Crazy man. He claims he's so good though with options, and yet how good can you be when you call out a short an IBM at 154 and it goes right away the minute, because he don't have skill. In fact, he told me he was in HD trade. I said it's going to go higher. He gets out of HD, and his options could have went. He got away. Oh, I gotta get out. He claims it. Anyways, I already know the guy has no skill. And options, to make options plans, you need high level of skill, because you can't be that wrong. If you're wrong, you get massacred in options. Right? You can't be wrong 20 points like him and make money in options. Yeah, I feel like AMD. I mean, I don't do the straddle. I like, I'll be honest with you, I like breakouts. That's how I am. Okay, how much do you invest in option plans? Well, how you do it is with $100,000, right? You break it up, right? You can go $10,000 per option plan. That's solid, or $5,000 per option plan. Right? You break it up. Before even I knew who he was. Stock bookie blocked me for, yeah, I know. I bet you a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there. If I could put out let's talk about that. There's true stories about him. I can imagine. It's funny. Anyways, people, let's talk about the stocks. That guy is a waste of time. It's a joke. Stock wrong. I kind of a lot of names with him. Stock wrong bookie. His name, you can do so many things. You can just put a stock crazy bookie. Stock wrong bookie. There's so many names you can come up with this thing. Yeah, low is kind of chopping and just kind of just lacks power. Needs to really get up above 235. 82.5. Yeah, low. I don't know, man. Those sometimes, like I said, when plans don't work, you take some profits and move on if you're not happy with the performance, right? It's and wait for a breakout in it, type of thing. Um, that's what I'm saying with plans. I mean, some things work out really well, and then they don't, and that's why we take small profits and move on. Stock crookie. Yeah. That's true. Stock crookie. Yeah. Stock cookie. You give me so many names you can make for that guy. Stock bookie. Stock wrong. Come up with a lot of names, people. We could have a field day talking just about his name alone. Ah. Don't forget, people, anybody new, subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you listen to my created playlist. Anybody else have any questions? Man, I have so much fun doing these live streams. They're fun. I have to stop myself. I did a 2-hour, listen, people, I did a 2-hour live stream just a few hours ago. Stock not showing low, very bullish. It is bullish, but I actually warned him about shorting Nvidia too. Yeah, that's right. He shorts Nvidia, and Nvidia goes kaboom. That's how bad he is. I mean, that guy makes so many mistakes. And he doesn't. He never talks about that. Never talks about it. Just shows that he covered bookie trade. Junk. Yeah. Lulu 63. Yeah. I like Lulu on confirmation. Just make sure you listen to my video. Lulu is really good. Yeah, it could go there. Yeah, definitely. Feel great about it. Yeah, I like Lulu. I like JD. I like FCX. These are safe. The question for safe. Those are safe guys. Safe, good plans that can make money. Yeah, they sure are. On confirmation, people. Pro Dan Patrick said to short Nvidia a lot on Elmo. He went wrong. Yeah, I mean that guy there, Dan Fitzpatrick. But who's that Dan? What does he have a site? Dan Fitzpatrick. Does he have a site? I had a plan. I said to go long Nvidia. You see the difference between me and these people? I had a plan that they played around. Actually, I don't want to. I had a plan on it. He's a pro, yeah, but CNBC clown, yeah. Stock clown, the stock book, yeah, it's another name for stock clown. Yeah, there's a lot of stock clowns out there, people. They can't make plans. Can they make plans? No. You see what I said with the IWM and the SPY? I explained the market. I spied. You know what? Look what the SPY did. Did the SPY go higher? I had a plan and explained it would, right? No guessing, no assuming. Yeah, Tesla confirmed. It should go up. You know what I mean? You have a guy in this house in Canada giving better advice. Damn. Let's see. Like I said, Tesla can flip on a dime and go up higher. I think as long as we hold above the 358, 59 area, we show some sort of power, and they push. And there's time with those options. But you know what? I mean, I was honestly was expecting a better close, but it's Tesla, and Tesla can flip on a dime. She can go really quickly back up, so I'm not too worried, because it did close. It did do something bullish today. There's just no denying it. Man, this is not bad. Wednesday seems to be a good day to do streams. A lot of people coming in. I had a lot of people before. I love these things. These are fun. I've had a lot of fun doing this. AUPH, that's a long-term thing. She needs power. AUPH needs to get above a thing. I do max 500K per trade. Well, that's pretty big. For options, 500K. You must have a big account for 500K per trade. I think you made plans about this long. Yeah, I did. I did make plans about API, but I never confirmed the plan anymore. I don't have 100 API. I don't. Listen, the beautiful thing about my system, people, it doesn't matter the size of your account. If you have a small account, it works for you. You just buy less options. If you have a bigger account, you buy more. It's adaptable. Do live streams every Wednesday. I don't know. I just happened to do it today. I don't really. What I'm going to be doing is live streams on the weekend. I'm going to see how the weekend goes on Saturday in the morning around 11 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. or something like that. I'm a small baller trying to secure my family. Well, and so my system can help you. In fact, that's what my channel really isn't. It's to help to help people with smaller accounts, any size account really. You just go with less options. You know what you do, Shelly? You buy 5 options or 2 options or or 1 option, and slowly build it up. That you'll see. Take with confirmation is key. Manage your trades, take your profits. You'll learn and move, and then when I do something more with this channel, there's even more potential to make money. I'm in Canada, so my time right now is 10:34 p.m. for me. And it's kind of later for me. Some people in the U.S. it's earlier for them. And I got people following me all over the place, right? But mostly U.S. The people who follow me are basically mostly in the U.S. I think it's 70% of the people follow me are in the U.S. and different spots too. Honor system, different spots. People, yeah, different spots in the U.S. So some people are on my time frame. In New York, I know that it's the same time as mine, but there's some people there's a 3-hour difference. Power Trick or Trade Shia has a 3-hour difference in mine. It's a whole, it's different everywhere you go. But you know what? It won't matter because who can make it to my streams? They can. If not, you know what? My videos. See, the beautiful thing about the videos, people, are the videos. They tell you everything. They're powerful. I tell people, look at my created playlist. I say it always in my video to educate people, especially new ones. The people who already know, they know, but I have to tell new people, right? Because there's always new people coming to my stream. Made $2,000 with Sandra, but it's been a roller coaster trading with about 6,000. Yeah, but that's pretty good though. You made $2,000, P. Kelly. That's pretty good, right? So let me ask you something. I mean, people. Let's talk about this quickly here. So look at one of the ideas I said is if I made a stream and I made people money and I took this to a different level where I charge a fee, and if I made my followers money, would you not? You wouldn't care to spend $100 a month, right? Because you made money with me, right? And that's one of the reasons why I did this, to make people money so that they could afford to invest $100 on a better service than what I'm doing now. No, for what, Tony? So let me ask you the question, people. If you made money from following somebody's advice for free, not worth it. Well, okay, then good luck to you. It's not worth it, and I think it's pretty much worth it. If you made money following somebody's advice and you made, let's say, $5,000, whatever it is, whatever your account size, and then you're going to make more, you gladly going to invest 100. I would. Of course, it's worth it. It's worth it because you made money. That's the whole idea. I said to myself, if I do something and I put my best efforts and I show people, they can make money following my plans, would they want to invest? And that's what I wanted to base it on, that I would take it to that level one of these days after helping a lot of people. That was an idea I had, and then I had, I thought about it. I said, what wouldn't I would? I said, if someone made me money, look I know one thing in this world, we're getting in a more automated world, so it's not going to be, jobs aren't, there are people who have money, I know this, and then they want to invest it. And for some people to pay 100, especially if they're making thousands and thousands a month from the advice of paying 100, not that I'm going to have something even less than that, but for just an example, there are services out there charging hundreds of dollars. It'd be great to see and hear real investor success stories. That would be a great selling point. I tell you, I'm going to have some stories. There's a lot of great stories, but you want to know what the best story is, Shelley? It doesn't, what the real proof comes down, people following the stream, making money, like yourself, and that alone is the selling point. That the story will come from, and I'll figure something out. But the proof is in the pudding. I mean, that's why I made these videos. I make these the created playlist. Those are actual trade plans that confirmed, that triggered. It's all documented from start to end, and it's never been done like that before. Never. It's too time consuming. Too time consuming. But I've done it though. I've done it. I do it. Yeah, there's a lot of crooks out there. Yeah, there is, really is. It's that's why I have a hard time. I've had a hard time because people just are, the trust. People are being burned by so many other people. When they come to something like me, some people might find it hard to believe. Can there be something this good? And that's the thing. That's why people who really study. That's why I say study the videos. See for yourself. If listen, if you go and study the caterpillar trade and look how good it did, that's to tell you, that's identification, right? It's 300% in 1 month on holding October options. Someone asked me a question about monthly options. Yeah, if the trade is good, here's the answer. If this trade is solid, it can make great gains. Yeah. And a lot of my plans are so solid that months after I made the plan, the stock is still going higher. That's what you will never see from any of these stock traders that sell these services for penny. They can't do that stuff. Their skills don't even compare. They don't compare. Do not compare. I know this already. Jason Bourne, yeah. See? Yeah, people. This has been fun doing this. I can't believe this. This goes by. Look at an hour 40. I'm already an hour. Right now it's 10:40, people. And this flew like the wind. I had a lot of fun. A lot of option trading is risk for small account. No, it isn't. Not if you do it right. I've proven that. Go do this. Listen, I don't know your name, Ken Con D. You go study my stream. It's not. Go study the caterpillar trade and just do the mathematics on that. 300% on monthly calls. If you don't have a good plan, options are only risky if you have a bad plan. Trust me. That's where you're wrong. The options give you, a small account, a chance to make money. It's only risky if you have no plan, you don't know what you're doing. That's the truth. Everything's risky. Everything's a risk. Everything is risky. But if you have a solid plan, it's not. Like I said, look, you do the research I showed you. Go look at Caterpillar and tell me. Go look at the statistical facts on that October 20 monthly call. I'm telling you, no word of a lie. You go quickly now, because October 20th is going to expire in 2 days. Go see for yourself, and then you ask yourself the question: is options risky? Go look at my created playlist. There's all the proof, and the truth is right in there, and that will change your mind completely. That's why I keep telling you. So maybe you had to hear me tell you in the live stream. Do your research. Study my channel. Study the videos. You'll see it's not true what you said. It's absolutely not true. Yeah, but if you don't have good plans, and sure, you're gonna be burned. You got to know what you're doing. Nothing's easy in this world. Remember that. Nothing's for nothing in this world. If you don't put in the work, you don't put in the time, you're not gonna make money. Yeah, if you listen, I say 80%, but you'll find out for yourself. Remember, confirmation is key. Just because I say something's going to go up, it has to confirm. But again, you do the research, you'll see for yourself. I tell people, study my videos, study my creative playlist, see for yourself. Open your eyes, see the truth for yourself. Follow, study. If you don't people don't do the work. I've studied. I think I've looked at stock charts for probably in my lifetime 50,000 hours. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, you try figuring out 3 hours. Every day of the week I look at stock charts. Every day, even now, every day I'm looking at stock charts. I spend maybe what do I spend? I could be spending 50, 60 hours a week looking at stock charts. You think what do you think? So I look at stuff like a computer. Boom, I see things boom, 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 really fast. Then I double check things, and my next thing to do in the future is program a computer to even a computer cannot figure out what I see with my eyes. There's too many variables I look at. I think people try to force plans, sort of like playing poker. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you see what I do. Nothing is forced. Nothing. Everything is confirmation is key, and I know this. I've been burnt by not following my own plans, man. Yeah, I look at everything. I look at daily charts, weekly charts, monthly charts, 5-minute charts, 3-minute charts, hourly charts, 2-hour chart. Well, 195-minute charts. I look at a lot of different charts. Okay, a lot of stuff for a particular reason, for a particular situation. The variables are endless. That's the facts. There's no one simple answer. Why do you think there's hundreds of books out there? Okay? If it was one simple answer, there would be one book. Right? Think about it, people. Even what I say makes sense. Everything I say is philosophical. I'm like a philosopher, man. You know, the things I say, I'm like a philosopher, a psychologist, because I know about psychology, and in fact my plans have a psychological thinking involved in there. You know, psychological. You get some people are losing money psychologically. Yeah, Goog. You know, Goog needs power. We look for power over 998 to 1000 right now. I think it needs more time. They've been backing it off of 996. If it shows the power, people are trying to get ahead of you, looking for that extra return without confirmation. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes, you know what, you get lucky. Here's the thing, people. You can get lucky, okay? But when you get lucky that one time, you can get burned 10 times. Okay, so you know that what that person just said was perfect. P. Shelley said is perfect. That's right. Let me tell you from experience. Sometimes you get lucky. When you make money for the wrong reasons, you will get burned 10 times from that. The way I like to make money is from statistical measurement of proven actionary plans that work, and I've been able to identify how it's supposed to work with variables, and then boom, we get a more predictable way of making money. But if I was to guess, I don't guess anything. I believe that guessing is the disaster of the trader. They assume, and we all do this. And every time I even guess my own things, I say I get burnt. So I've become very stringent in the way I look at things. I just know. I said, if I start to break even my own rules, that's when you go crazy. You get lucky once, and you make 10 bad trades because your thinking is not logical. You see what P. Sally said? She says, I would have made $4,000 with your plans, but jumped the gun and bought without confirmation, and also sold too early on good plans. You see? Because everything I say is true. People don't realize that everything that I'm saying is too damn good. What I'm putting out there, it's too powerful with the words I'm saying. It's too powerful. They don't realize it. And I said to you, people, if people understood the power of my plans, the stock twits thing would crash. They would run to it, but they don't. They're not. This is for the intelligent people. I told you this, people. I know this already. It's a small group of people. Intelligent people. The intelligent people will realize everything I'm saying is I cannot believe what I have here. I found gold. Gold. and I'm going to tell you how I believe it's too good. I know. I said I keep saying this. I wish there was someone like me. There's nothing. I've never seen anybody do anything like what I'm doing. Never in my life. I never will see it again. I will see it. No. Yeah, here's the thing, people. The mistakes we make, when we make money from mistakes and we keep thinking in a mistaken way, think of it this way, that's why we lose. When we think on a rule-based way, through statistical measurement and understanding, This is what confirmation teaches. You will sometimes my confirmation we're paying more, but that's okay. It works more often than not. Many times the confirmation saves us, makes us pay less. Do you know that, people? So I found that confirmation is the best way to do things. Not jumping the gun, not assuming anything. And people, it's hard to wait. Some people, it's hard to wait. They say, it's going to go, yeah, yeah, and then it doesn't. Right? Then it goes. Then they don't. Then they'll go, I know. That's why I tell you people. I always tell. Yeah, because it depends on the situation. It depends on it depends on the setup. Like I said, nothing's 100%, but more often than not, when we take the solid plans, it's the way they confirm too. The best ones confirm, like you see Netflix, Robert, when Netflix confirmed perfect power trick or trade confirmation, volume, first hour, everything. Today Tesla confirmed, but not 100% the way I wanted it to. But it confirmed though. And notice it wasn't as good as it should have been. But it never, the best Tesla trades confirm in the first 10, 15 minutes of trading and with 600K volume minimum. That's what I found statistical measurement. That's the truth. And the best ones, Robert, happen that way. But then Tesla decides to confirm kind of good and kind of, and that's why it becomes more difficult. That's it. How they confirm, I tell you, will tell you a lot. How you should hold it. Man, there's so many variables in trading, people. That's all I can tell you. But you'll see. It'll all make sense as you keep studying and following the plans. You will make money. Yeah, I hope so. It gaps up tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know, Tony. It gaps up tomorrow, but it could. You know what? Knowing Tesla, man, it can do all kinds of stuff. Yep. Yep. See, people lost money with plans. Yeah. Not making plans. Yeah. It's true. People. I tell you right now, it's a psychological thing. But my system has psychological. It's built in the system. Psychological. It's really built in the system. The psychological part of trading really is. There's nothing like it out there. Nobody has explained it like me. People say, oh, it has to just cross a price. That's not the best. That's not true. Sometimes that's not the case. It depends on the situation. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it requires volume. Sometimes it requires a basing, and there's a variables. Yeah. And through experience, lots of experience and hundreds of thousands of hours, I found that what I say is 100% bang on correct. Yeah, I'm not focusing on Netflix right now. I think Netflix needs time. Netflix needs that can kind of jump around. You know what I mean? I think that when Netflix looks good, I might like it. They're still good if you see if you're seeing action towards the 361 area. Yeah. I know I'm down from entry too. Again, Tesla really never confirmed it perfectly. It confirmed and it kind of confirmed good and not good, and that's my reasoning for it. But it's still 2 days, and tomorrow it could flip on a dime. Yeah, well, I'm glad you find this all helps, right? And again, learning and understanding things yourself is very helpful. And but then having like I said, having something like what I'm doing, um, and we're gonna probably do when we do something else, when I take it into a different level, it'll get better. And you know what, having more than one source, sometimes some people they might see the same thing I do, but they when I say it, it's good, they like it even more. I've had people who say, what, I do this and that, but when I see you say you like something, I get even more bullish. They like that if I'm thinking that something is good. But again, it's a system. Everything I do, from the stock I pick, it has to meet a criteria. It's a lot that goes into it, people. Anyways, you know what, people? I stayed here longer than anticipated. I mean, I enjoy this. I honestly, I think this is really fun to do. But the problem is that it gets late and I want to get tired. but I had a fun doing it. That's why people, I said, let's talk about the stocks that I'm talking about. You know, yeah. Have a good night too, Azurum. People, don't forget to like the video, like the stream, like the videos, people, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed. No, it's not percent. You know what? It depends on the trade. It really depends on the trade percentage, right? I mean, some people sometimes should put bigger percentages, smaller percentages. It depends on your size of your account. Thanks. Good night. Keep streaming. Yeah, I think the streaming is good. I kind of like it. It'll help some people, and I gotta communicate with my. I think people who come to the streams are more serious followers too. Yes, you too. Thank you for the great comments, Jason. From a lot of people, great comments. Thank you very much. I get emails from people. The story of Power Trigger Trade Shy is something, it's an amazing in itself. These videos, they connect with people. The videos that I make, they connect with the right people. It has to be the people that are open-minded, that want to learn, that want to move forward, that are serious about the market. It's work. Like my stream is not fun. There's nothing fun about my YouTube channel. It's serious business. It's about making money in the market. It's not. There's nothing fun about it. It's fun to me to make money. I enjoy it. To me, it's fun. But I'm saying it's not an entertainment thing. It's not for people. I mean, some people might like me saying, like the video. I put a little bit of thing of myself, and I do a little bit of, fun movements in my videos just to make things. But in reality, it's really about the plans. People. And I try to, tell people about, fitness is important and health, and give them a good message. That it's not just about making money in the markets, but it's health. I think having good health is going to make you keep you sharp in your mind. And besides, what good is having money if you don't have good health, right? Power Trigger Trade, I'm big time into. The two things I've been always big time in my life. I've been always into investing and since 18 years old. Into investing and in working out. That's my two passions: health and investing. In fact, the first stock I invested in, I doubled my money, but it was from a newsletter, But then that newsletter guy, John DeSauer, his name, a lot of his plans did not work out. I thought to myself, fuck, if I can make 100% every year at the time, now I'm able to. I have plans that do that in weeks, in days. Right? I said, I'm gonna, yeah, it's amazing, people. Man, I got a lot of, this is people going to be asking me. There's going to be a lot of, we can talk about a lot of stuff. I mean, I could go on for hours on the stories of my investing journey, how I got to this point. A lot of work, people. A lot of work. What can I tell you? There's a ton of work that goes into this. It's still tons of work goes into this now, right? Constant study, constant improvement. Because if you don't want to be like the high flyer guy, you gotta improve yourself. You can't be thinking you're right when you're wrong. When you're wrong, you move on. You don't keep holding and adding, and this is bad habits, right? Anyways, people, I keep going on and on. People ask me questions, but I think this was a good one. In these live streams, I think more people, when they start knowing I do them, they want to come to them. Great education on all your videos. I study them every night. Great. You see, that's what you need to do, and that's what a lot of people got to do. That's good. Every time I make those videos, I'm honestly, people, putting a lot of thought into everything I do. Everything, tons of thought is involved. I take it very, very, very seriously, people. Anyways, people, I'm gonna get going. Don't forget to like the video, like the stream. Anything to help the channel, people. Especially if you like it, you're taking the time to do that. Yeah, see, spend 2 hours. Yeah, you know what? You could live on my damn thing, man. My channel. There's so much information to look at. You could live on my channel if you wanted to. But you spend 2 hours a day following me, you're gonna make a lot. You're gonna learn how to make a lot of money. P. Shelley, you're definitely gonna be happy. You're gonna want to follow me to wherever Endovers I go to. Uh, and that's what I want. I want the serious people. That's what my channel's about, finding the serious people. And even with the subscribers that I have, there's only going to be 10, 15, 20, if I can get 20% that are serious, that's basically what I'm aiming for. That's the reality, because like I said to you, people are just not, lazy. They just they you know they don't want to put in the time, and you need to put in some time. And if you do, there's great rewards. I love doing this. I love putting in the time. I've always did. If I didn't, I couldn't know this information. And there's no limits to this market. No limits. Anyways, people, have a good night. I'm gonna go, because you know what? With me, I'll never stop. I could keep going on and on and on, and I enjoy it too much. That's the problem. I enjoy this too much. I go on and on and on and on talking. Anyways, people, have a good night. Thanks for watching. We'll be doing more live streams probably this weekend on Saturday. I'm gonna try one. And look out for the stream message, or look out for it probably around 10:30 a.m. But that's, that depends what time. Right now, for example, it's 10:50. It's 11 o'clock my time right now. So I'm in Canada. So that's my time frame. So if you want to come to the stream, and you want to ask questions, you simply have to figure out my time. You know what I mean? What can I do? I can't conform it to everybody's time. Everybody has different times, so I do my best. Have a good night, people. Thanks for watching.